We've got a few quick hits here that we can actually look at. And you know, I mentioned other parts of the world, they're getting in on the fun of America 250. One of which, if you haven't seen this by now, you've probably been living under a rock. But this from Rosarin over on X, celebrating America's 250th anniversary. It is a combination light show, water show, fireworks show, and drone show, featuring outlines of Prime Minister Takaichi and the American President Donald Trump, held in front of the Rainbow Bridge there near Odaiba in Tokyo. Full fireworks, drone, water, and light show. Indeed, Clown Thriller, thank you for the WoW redeem there. Let's give this a quick watch. Let's see, those are the drones. And there go the fireworks. Quite a lovely display here, especially with the lights and the water. And of course the drones are just really, really cool. It's incredible what they've been able to pull off as of late. I want to see if I can find the... We'll have to search for it, hopefully the X search function. Let's see. Let's try drone show. I think the name of this town was North Richland Hills. This is a suburb. Ah, there it is, yes. This from Colin Rugg. Also featured on Fox News. Drone operator sends 2,500 drones into the air for a drone show celebrating America's 250th birthday in North Richland Hills, Texas. Those of you who don't know where that is a suburb that is in between Dallas and Fort Worth. And the display is incredible. Watch this, chat. You've got to see this. We'll mute the music here to avoid copyright strikes. So we had a bust of George Washington. There's Uncle Sam. I Want You, USA. Of course, you've got the fighter jets from, or the fighters from World War II. Wasn't quite the jet age. I believe that's the Apollo rocket. And there we go. Man on the moon. And then the start effect. Oh, and watch. Look at that! Doesn't that just scream Murica? Got the eagle changing into the colors of the American flag. And then they had sparklers attached to the drones. That's incredible. And this was in a humble suburb in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Seems rather strange, of all places. You would think they would try something a bit more ambitious in a large city like New York or Chicago or Los Angeles. But those large cities are quite a different place these days. We'll just say that. But that is incredible. Sky Elements Drones is the company that did it. And in a statement to the press, they put it quite succinctly, for America 250, we celebrate in style. Indeed. Cheers to you, Sky Elements Drones. Let's see here. We've got some other good videos here off of Citizen Free Press that are top of the pops today. We've got this classic here. It's an oldie but a goodie. Let me pause the music. Let me pause the relaxing jazz music. The late Robin Williams. If I'm correct, I actually remember seeing this years back. Robin Williams doing a tasteful comedy routine where he appeared on stage as the American flag, a sort of an American flag humanized and personified. I believe it was for a meeting of the Democrat National Convention sometime in the 70s or the 80s. But anyways, it's a lovely, rather inspiring bit of a performance. Let's take a look at it. Yes, and it was also, I think, written in part by Norman Lear, the creator of shows like All in the Family and The Jeffersons and Maude. Title of it, this is from 1982, March 21st, 1982, simply titled, I Love Liberty. And I forgot to unmute the browser audio. Thank you for alerting me to that, Cat.
I'm the one that they're singing about. Yeah, I'm the Stars and Stripes Forever. Star Spangled Banner. You can call me Old Glory, but let's just keep it simple. Just call me Flag. Oh, say, can you see? Okay.
By the dawn's early light, yes.
Well, probably don't recognize me. Say, who is that, Evil Knievel? No way. Yeah, you see, you can't recognize me because
I'm in my birthday suit, yes.
I'm wearing the original 13 here. Yeah. I remember Miss Betsy sitting there going, oh, this could be the start of something big. Whoa. Oh, Tom, don't be a pain. Yes. I was born June 14th, 1777.
You had to pay attention in history
that
class.
Makes me a Gemini.
Was it? I thought they were making a Leo.
Unpredictable, crazy. Yes. I like
This was
the
when he was at the
outdoors,
top
and I'm
of
the
his
life of
game.
any party, whether it be Republican, Democrat, Independent, Socialist, anything libertarian, I'll be there. You know, I'm 204 years old. People say, Flag, how do you stay so young? Is it jogging? No. Is it tennis? No. It's waving.
It's a simple exercise regimen, but it's effective.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, we're talking about billowing,
Tragically, we lost him indeed. Yeah, he left us
furrowing, and
way too
unfurling.
soon.
Richard Simmons, eat your heart out. Yeah, but it hasn't always been easy for me, though. I had a tough puberty. Yeah, war, famine, invasion. And 1861, well, I had a little skin problem that broke out into 34 stars. But now, well, little patience, and look what we got now. Look at this. Hold on here. Ha-ha! Ha-ha!
That's clever.
All 50. Everybody's on here. Look at
Good
this.
prop comedy there.
Yeah, we got your Tennessee. How are you doing today? Here's Vermont. You can't get there from here. Oh, and there's California. For sure, totally.
He was always a master at mimicry and impressions. I love that about him.
Before, you know, I had a tough time for a while. I've been in a lot of wars. They fired missiles and muskets at me, but you know, come the dawn's early light, I'm still there. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, I've been made into everything from designer jeans to t-shirts, and I've even been a cape for Mick Jagger. Well, all right. The rocket's red glare. Well, all right. But people haven't always been respectful to me. Sometimes it's been tough. There have been some people try and spit on me, trample me, burn me. Foreigners and occasionally some Americans too, but I don't let it get me down because I'm not a stay-at-home kind of flag. You know, I've been to Europe. I've been to both North and South Pole. I was at Iwo Jima. Recently, I've even been to the moon.
Yeah, yeah. Imagine he said anyway, here's Nashville.
Everything. You see me in all sorts of different postures. When I'm like
Oh,
this,
thank you for the
that
hydrate.
means everything's okay. When I'm upside down, well, put on your Mae West and hit the deck.
And
When
the
I'm
stretch.
Like this, well, that's not my favorite position because, well, that's half-mast. I don't mean to bum you out. I didn't come here to depress you. But I gotta tell you something honestly. I haven't been getting out much lately. I guess it's not very chic to put up the flag anymore, you know. Muffin and I have a flag, but we haven't found it for very long. Hey, but look at it this way. Don't look at it as saluting me. Look at it as saluting yourselves. You know, hey, I'm just a flag, a symbol. You're the people. If I may say so from here, long may you wave.
That's good. That's really good. You don't hear too many of these feel-good messages anymore. It gives me chills even today. We're kind of missing that positive can-do spirit in the United States, especially elsewhere. We need some more of that positivity. We need more of that can-do spirit. There wasn't anything cringe about that. There's no cope there. It was just pure, unironic truth.
Hello there.
That's good stuff. Thank you for the hello there, Redeem. You really don't, unfortunately. He was certainly special. Yeah. Yeah, Robin Williams. Incredible comedian. Let's see here. I'll drop this in chat for everybody.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
You've racked up a lot of points, I see, Kat, and now you are going on a spending spree. Curious how these sound. That's all right. an insertion of when he's pointing out Tennessee, saying,
Fart in your general direction.
I don't know if I honestly don't know if the joke would have landed. Anyway, here's Nashville. I don't know. Maybe he could have made it work. It's more comedy of the younger generations. Older generations might not have landed. Let's see what else that they've got here that we can look at. We've got a few here. Let's see. We've got this. You might have seen this making the rounds. Actor Matthew McConaughey reflecting on American greatness.
250 years young. Howdy, America. And to a
Howdy.
lot of people, that may seem like a long time to be a country, but it's really not.
It's about the average life of a republic or an empire. I know the Roman Empire, or at least the Roman Republic, lasted about 250 years. Kind of all downhill for them after that. All right. Fun fact, George Washington claimed to have seen supernatural things, which was not unusual for that generation at time in colonial, post-colonial America. Wasn't even unusual in Europe or much of the rest elsewhere in the world in the past. I'm sure he did. A lot of providence at play with the American Revolution, to be sure. Cannot redeem, sir.
But I tell you what, it's definitely not too long to be. It's not too long to be an idea, which is what America is.
On that part, I think we're going to have to disagree. Respectfully, in honor of the 4th of July holiday, it's more than just an idea. Too often, I think, too many people use that as an argument to sort of diminish, take away from the fact that a nation, not just America, any country, really, is not just an idea. It is not just politically demarcated borders. It is a land, and it is a people, blood and soil, if you will. There's so much to it, so much more to it than an idea or some sort of propositional nation. I've never really believed in the concept of a propositional nation. To me, that just seems too shallow and too weak of a foundation for any country. But just as easily as you could propose a nation into existence, you can propose a nation out of existence. But a land and a people, that endures. That slips the boundaries of time itself. That keeps the notion of identity grounded. America is far more than just a propositional nation. And too many bad people are trying to use that as an argument to the detriment and to the peril of not just Americans, but others in the Anglosphere and in the Western world. I remember America as an idea used to be an argument that America was more than just a young nation. It was the ideals of the founders for which generations carried into the great nation it is today. Now it's a subversion of that argument. America's an idea, and people use that to start an argument that the idea might not have been right, or that it might be a failing one. Yes, exactly right.
A land that has never been yet. And that yet that we're seeking and chasing, that's the whole thing. It's a place we're never going to arrive at. And that's not failure because we won't. That's by design. And think about it, we didn't start this country on any kind of proof. We started it on a belief that was worth fighting for, a wager that was worth betting, an act of faith that a self-governing people could be something worth being and becoming.
Risk is our
Here we
business.
are 250 years later. The bet's still on the table, folks. We have not cashed in, and let's hope we never cash in. We need skeptics. Yes, we do. We do not need cynics. One care.
And quite right. Countries like America begin to fail when the cynics take over. I think that has been the key to the nation's resiliency, has been that indomitable spirit of optimism. It is not something you will find much of remaining in the rest of the Anglosphere, in Britannia, in Europe. You might find a sense of youthful optimism in certain parts of the global south, that sort of frontier spirit that, yes, new possibilities are opening up. We have choices now. We can grow and become more than we have been. You're not going to find that on the European continent, unfortunately. So much of it is ingrained, this sort of stagnation, managed decline. That's not what leads nations and people to greatness. It is the striving that he's talking about, that becoming the desire to become more than what one is now. When you lose that, you lose something so fundamental that you yourself, as a people, become lost. Here we say, God preserve Denmark. The king says it at the end of the speeches, and Queen Margaretha II before him. Something more people need to say in fervent prayer for their homelands. May God preserve us. May God preserve us all. I want to back up to something that he was saying here moments ago.
We need skeptics, yes we do. We do not need cynics. One cares enough to question, which we should. Cashed in, and let's hope we never cash in.
Yes. Let us hope we never cash in. I shudder to think who would be the banker. Let's hope we never find out. 'Tis the most agreeable proclamation of wish of preservation for the 1,000-year-old nation. You'll not find it tied to any party, nor to our current democratic system that precedes it.
We need skeptics, yes we do. We do not need cynics. One cares enough to question, which we should, and the other one's already quit. We don't need you. So here we are celebrating 250 years of independence.
Quitters never win.
We look around. What have we built? What have we restored?
Something
What is still
extraordinary,
standing?
really.
What has fallen by the wayside? What's gone forever? In the best of us, I see 250 years of showing up, at least, arguing, loving, losing, forgiving, starting over, believing in who we are and what we can be. That's the yet we're chasing. So here we are today, lighting the fire, breaking the bread, raising a glass to our family and friends, and maybe even to the neighbor that we don't agree with. Today, we're going to let the kids
Plenty of
run
those going
barefoot
around.
after dark, baby. That's the celebration. Not that we've arrived anywhere, but to the fact that we are still on our way. Take inventory with the one in the mirror and together. Here's to more dancing in the home of the brave. Happy 250th America. Just keep living.
Well said. Well said. That was good. See, a few more quick hits here that we're seeing across X. Ah, yes. A video from NBC News 10 in Boston. German World Cup fan has become famous for crying on air after realizing anti-American propaganda he was fed is wrong after an American man named Bob rescued him when he got stranded. He got even more sad about having to go back to Germany than his team Germany losing in the World Cup. Let's see what this chap had to say.
Sorry.
It makes you teary. Why? Help us understand. Why is it so impactful to you?
Sebastian Krauts never imagined his trip to America would be so emotional.
Yeah. No, you're human. Happy tears.
In just a few weeks being here,
I fall in love with this country, and this was so emotional. I even cried in the stadium.
it's a huge departure from what he was expecting before traveling to follow the German soccer team in its World Cup run.
To be honest, I was a bit scared or had the fear to travel to the United States. News about shootings and criminals and that the country is not safe. Bob takes us home straight.
In certain parts, maybe.
Sebastian met a
But
group
you're
of
not going to
strangers
those
who offered
parts.
him a ride to his hotel.
What is the best city?
Boston.
That's Bob Series and his family, New Englanders who showed a group of Germans that Boston is warmer than some might believe.
Bob, thank you so much. I love USA. You
Enjoy your time in the U.S.
To me, I watched the video by myself maybe 40 times. I had tears in my eyes.
Sebastian was more upset about the prospect of leaving America than Germany being eliminated from the tournament. That kindness he experienced is also what many locals and transplants have lived as well.
I loved living here. I thought the people were always so kind.
People here are very polite.
The World Cup just made it easier for folks to see.
I certainly talk to a lot more strangers than I normally do.
And you think it's because of the World Cup?
I do.
Americans are not rude.
Refreshing and desperately needed, especially after so many years in isolation due to a global pandemic. Refreshing that people are finally getting out and people coming together from many parts of the world. Easy to criticize, oh yeah, it's just because of a football match. Well, at least they're coming together. That's what's important. Damien Damore, welcome in. Good to see you. Doing all right. How are you? Happens mostly in the ghettos and the inner cities, the shootings. Yeah, no. Chaps like this, they're not going to those places. They're not going to those places. They're going, I mean, let's just be real. They're probably going to be sticking to the posh touristy areas of America. You know, the stuff that you probably see a lot of things on social media about. They're not going to be making a trip to the wrong part of town. They're just not going to be doing that. Good, thanks, Fax. That's good. That's good. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Germans are not rude. If we are together, we can achieve great things.
Sebastian's going to be sticking around for a little longer. He's going to spend the 4th of July in Washington, D.C. Then he goes back home to Germany to his family and friends.
A treat, then.
He's going to be telling them all about our country. And as for our Good Samaritan Bob, I spoke with him over the phone. He says that he's just trying to pay back all the kindness that he received when he traveled the world. And he agrees New England and Boston are actually a friendly place. Reporting from Boston, Oscar Margain, NBC 10 Boston.
It's, I would say that that's fairly accurate, yeah. Don't know if I'd want to live there. Certainly don't want to deal with Boston property prices, and certainly not Boston tax rates. Good to go for a holiday, though. That's not bad. Need more of this. We really do. It's been refreshing to see throughout the entirety of the World Cup. Let's see here. Short video from Fox News on X. Pilot paying tribute to America's 250th anniversary with a patriotic flight over Ohio. And the flight path traces USA 250th inside the outline of the contiguous United States. We can watch this time-lapse video here. Look at that. There goes the U, the S, the A. That takes some work. That really takes some maneuvering. Look at that. Thought the hard part was over. Think again. There's the tricky bits. Well done. Very well done. Quite clever. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, here we go. Fireworks show. I believe this was last night. Over Mount Rushmore. Someone caught the grand finale on video. Music and everything. Hopefully we won't get copyright strike. This is from Scott Jennings. Let's take a look. Stars and Stripes Forever playing. That's good. Look at that. What? Amazing. All the fireworks, and then in the foreground there, you got Mount Rushmore. Doesn't get more America than that. Oh, cool. Didn't know that was happening in Ohio. Interesting. But I suppose they don't have much else going on, do they? Awe-inspiring. Absolutely awe-inspiring. You'd love to see it. That's awesome. Like that. See, what else do we have? We've got live coverage from Right Side Broadcasting Network. They're covering the salute to America there at the Washington Monument. It looks like the weather is just holding out so. Looks a bit overcast there. But it looks like any sort of rain is holding off. That's good. That's really good. Probably a few more hours and then they'll get all that underway tonight. Let's see. Headline, how did they create this flyover? That's a good question. This over Liberty Island in New York. That's incredible. I was sort of concerned that it was going to be rather muted celebrations this go around, but no, everyone's going all out. And it looks like they caught maybe another angle of this. This is from Weehawken, New Jersey. So kind of over there on the other side. Another flyover with the smoke streams of red, white, and blue over the New York City skyline. Fantastic. Did you see the scale model, the Friendship building? Scale model of what exactly? Are they building another Statue of Liberty? We already got one. And I'm fairly certain it's holding up rather nicely. DR1, Danish State Television, is broadcasting The Patriot right now with Mel Gibson. Yeah, you see, everyone's getting in on the fun, which all to the good, I say. That's really good. Let's see, we've also got this one from the Real America's Voice. It's like footage that was captured on the live broadcast of the War Room. Jack Posobiec This is patriotism on full display, repudiating New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani from the harbor. Let's see.
Sobek, what do you got?
Steve, look at this. We got the colors. We got red, white, and blue flying. The smoke colors up over Lady Liberty yet again. As planes are flying formation after formation.
Wow.
Just gorgeous, gorgeous scenes. It's non-stop here.
Close up though.
Steve, I struggle to be able to find words to describe how incredible this is. This stunning display. People are behind themselves. People are just behind themselves and beside themselves in
beside themselves, I think you meant.
Awe of the display of might, of great.
And that's another thing. Got a big regatta going on.
Shown on here
I think that in New York Harbor.
No apologies. This is patriotism on full display. This is love of country, and this is how you do it. You show New York, one of America's greatest city, there's no question, and you show the love of country. You contrast that to the speech that the mayor here gave yesterday.
Yeah, but you also,
this is the absolute repudiation.
You show it from the sea and from the harbor. This is what's so powerful about it. This is what attracted the British to come over here and try to put it down, and they chose this harbor strategically to do it. This is where the combatants came from. This is what I love about this is that we're using the harbor right back to its original glory. People kind of sometimes miss the point in New York City. It's one of the greatest harbors in the world, Jack.
It is. It's one of the greatest harbors, and of course, it was that connection between this harbor, the Erie Canal, to the Great Lakes that built New York.
In-stream suggestions, all right. Wish I could have been in DC for today's flyovers. They're really something, what we've seen so far. Welcome in, Alec. Good to see you.
Along with the manufacturing power of the Great Lakes region. That's what the point of the Erie Canal was.
Let me see. I wonder if anyone's got something here on. Let's see, we've got Straub here with Happy 4th of July. That looks nice. We just saw that. Oh, well, that one's not gone so well. I wonder if anybody had any footage. I thought I saw somewhere. Maybe it was on YouTube. I'll have to find it here. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Sailforth 250 live. Largest ever tall ship flotilla sails into New York City on the 4th of July for America's 250th. That looks like that's a live stream from the New York Post. That is 6 hours long. We are not going to watch all of that. I wonder if someone's got some highlights somewhere. The photos look beautiful. Oh, Alec, thank you so much for all of the gift subs there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Iron Johan, Catimation, Phalanx, Steel Bear, Mark Emke, thank you for your enjoy your tier 1 subs, courtesy of our Alec the Archivist. Do thank Alec if you're in chat. Thank you so much for that. Let's see, this one was 2 days ago. Sailforth 250 brings historic tall ship parade to New York City for July 4th from local affiliate Fox 5 New York. Let's check this one out.
I said this, and I really mean it. What a time to be here in New York City, whether you live here, whether you work here. So much exciting stuff that is happening, whether it's the 4th of July celebrations. We got Taylor Swift's wedding in town. We got the World
Oh, yes.
Cup that's
Taylor Swift also getting married this weekend.
In the Meadowlands this weekend. And of course, we have this wonderful celebration because it is going to be one of the largest maritime events New York has ever seen on July 4th. More than 40 tall ships from all around the world, joined by dozens of U.S. and allied
Okay, so
naval
that's
vessels.
preview from 2 days ago. This is supposed to be going on now, which makes sense. I mean, 4th of July and everything. Let's see what's live. NBC4 New York, the WNBC. This is the live tower cam facing the Statue of Liberty. And yeah, it's quite busy out there. Lots of ships, lots of sailing ships. It's a busy day on the water. Very busy day. Fantastic. Let's see. I think that about covers most of the big things over the past today and yesterday. But lots of good quick hits there. Lots of really good quick hits there. It is the weekend chat, so a lot of people taking time off already. Lots of American history programming. Lots of tributary programming. There is one thing that is it's kind of hard to find, but we've got a few uploads here. A semi-public domain. Don't know if any of you have ever seen the Zode television special. It's well over 50 years old now. It wasn't actually done for the 4th of July, but it was broadcast on the NBC television network in late November 1970. The primary sponsor was Anheuser-Busch and Budweiser Beer, and it was hosted by John Wayne. It's called Swing Out Sweet Land. It's been retitled more recently as John Wayne's Tribute to America. Roughly hour to hour and a half long special with a lot of big name stars for the time. Just reading off of this cast list here on the video cover, you had Anne Margaret, Lucille Ball, Jack Benny, Dan Blocker from Bonanza, Roscoe Lee Brown, George Burns from the Burns and Allen comedy duo. Johnny Cash performed as well. You had Bing Crosby making an appearance, Phyllis Diller, Lorne Green also from Bonanza, Bob Hope. Let's see who else we have. Ed McMahon was the announcer. You might remember Ed McMahon from Johnny Carson Tonight Show, the original Star Search, Publishers Clearinghouse adverts in the 80s and 90s. Let's see, you had Greg Morris, one of the stars of the original Mission Impossible. David and Ricky Nelson, Michael Landon from Little House on the Prairie, Dean Martin. Let's see, Rowan and Martin from Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. William Shatner from Star Trek making a brief appearance. And looks like we also got a hype chest from all those gifted subs. Thank you for that, Alec. Looks like we got a new emote, the Oh Wow emote. Well done, Alec. Let's see, we won't watch the whole thing. I don't want to get flagged for copyright or anything like that. But a few funny segments from it. A few rather charming bits. You had Red Skelton making guest appearance there with John Wayne. Let's take a look at that.
This printer here, he puts out a page a day, guaranteed by the First Amendment that whatever he prints, folks have a right to read. Let's go ahead and see what's new. What seems to be the trouble, printer?
Oh, I can't get this darn thing to work.
Why don't you get it fixed?
Fixed? Fixed? You can't do that. Haven't you heard of freedom of the press? Can't fix the press, you know.
Can you make a good living at it?
Oh, yeah. There's big money in printing. Wait, I'll show you.
It's not wrong.
That bill has Martha's picture on it.
Okay. Well, they just said put Washington's picture on it. They didn't say which one. Anyhow, she looks like George. Especially from the back.
Well, I guess old habits are hard to break. I see Paul Revere was out horseback riding again last night.
Yeah, how he ever got that horse on the 7th floor, I'll never know.
I love that gag. It was something. It was something that Bob Hope, of course, he had a monologue bit as General George Washington trying to rally the troops and does his own comedy bit, and always became this running line throughout the entire special was how they got that horse up those flights of stairs. I'll never know.
You sure seem to like your work,
Oh,
printer.
I love it. I've been a printer all my life.
Uh-huh.
I guess you might say that I've got printer's ink in my veins.
Printer's ink in your veins.
In all of them. Got a pin on you? I'll show you.
Here it comes, folks.
Oh. How about that? My right arm doesn't know what my left arm's writing.
I sure would like to know how this whole shooting match worked.
Well, you're too late for today's paper.
Oh?
Oh, yes. We've already put her to bed.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah. Want to go upstairs and kiss her goodnight? Say, why don't you mosey out to California and get rich in the big gold strike?
Gold strike, California, that doesn't happen for 50 years.
I know that, but look at the head start you'll get.
And there's Tommy Smothers from the Smothers Brothers.
Oh, yes. Before you go, stranger, tell me what you think of this little edit.
Be glad to.
Let us be aware in these infant years of our beloved republic, there are those who wait to celebrate our fate. Be not disheartened. This will always be so. For we have lighted our candle of liberty in a dark, and each of us is in light. And though the winds of dissent may threaten our flame, despair not, remembering that a nation which allows dissent is stronger from within and brighter from without.
For when dissent becomes a crime, hope becomes despair. Dissent, but dissent honorable. Dissent with faith in your hearts, not despair. Dissent to rebuild, not to destroy. Dissent from within, for dissent from without becomes attack. Speak out for what you believe in, at least as loudly as you speak against the system. For gentlemen, if ours is a generation to say democracy will not administer to the people, let it be a conscious decision arrived at only after every opportunity for man to rule himself has failed.
Print it.
That's good stuff. And how appropriate that Tommy Smothers would be the one to read those words on the program. Both him and his brother Dick, they got into a lot of trouble and invoked the ire of the American presidency for a lot of their criticisms of the Vietnam War, to the point where it did have a rather negative impact on their career. So a little bit of solidarity, even amongst people like John Wayne, who was politically the polar opposite of someone like the Smothers Brothers. Oh, here's the William Shatner scene. This one's quick, it's only 2 minutes. Let's take a look at that.
New York, the year 1789. The occasion, the inauguration of our first president. George Washington, having been duly sworn in earlier today, finds relaxation talking to some of the men who helped create the government that is now about to be put to the test of lead.
Sir, Benjamin Franklin sends his ring. Unable to be with you this day.
Ah, well.
Lorne Greene as Washington.
Benjamin deserved.
Well, without Ben's help, I would still be rewriting the Declaration of Independence.
Modestly spoken, Thomas.
Jefferson.
Require such tact as our Secretary of State.
The Honorable Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton.
Mr. Adamson.
Oh, yes. William Shatner played John Adams.
This morning, as a ship carrying me here from Mount Vernon arrived in the harbor, called by many, many names.
So I heard one enthusiast refer to you as Your Royal Highness, President of the United States of America, defender of the liberty of all.
And to compound, the band was playing God Save the King.
Yeah, there was a lot of confusion and a lot of questions in the early years of the United States as to just what exactly they should refer to George Washington, the first American president. A lot of people sort of started to center around just referring to him as Your Excellency, which does have some historical precedent, and there are plenty of countries out there for whom they do have a presidential figure as the head of state, and to which it is customary to refer to them as Your Excellency. But Washington ultimately decided on something a bit humbler, a bit more down-to-earth, simpler, just Mr. President. Early in the Revolution, someone sent a letter to King George imploring him to come and be king in America and to leave the evils of Parliament in England. How different things would have turned out if he had actually done that. Really would have been something. Of course, it almost would have been like when Rome moved the capital towards the east. Naturally, King George turned it down. Don't fault him for it. He would have been trading in palaces for country houses in Virginia. Those country estates, though, in Virginia, they're still rather impressive. Not quite on the level of something like Balmoral Castle, but impressive structures nevertheless.
Well, I think of Mr. President.
There you have it.
It has the unroyal simplicity. You know, in the States, people are calling you the father of our country.
True, but I don't believe good morning, Mr. Father of our country sounds quite right. And now, gentlemen.
Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, does it?
Godspeed. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow.
Good night, Mr. President.
He's sort of like the King of Portugal moving to Brazil. Yes, in a way, I suppose so. But I do liken it to when so much of the bureaucracy and the actual functions of government itself were moved away from Rome during the time of the Roman Empire to Byzantium. It didn't really do much good in the end. It was all rather for naught. Let's see. Oh yeah, there was of course the finale. This one looks to be a fairly good quality one. Let me turn down the browser audio in Streamlabs here, get it back down to negative 10.3. Hopefully this one... Oh good lord, this thing is a... Rowan and Martin from Rowan and Martin's Laughing.
Let's get back to work. You were midnight. You're playing. I don't want to hear about it, but tell us about it.
Now he ever got that horse on the 7th
floor. I'll never know. I love the running gag.
Strange enough right now. That's not bad. You don't. That's funny, neither do I. Well, don't worry about it. Chances are we'll never see John Wayne again. What's the matter with you? We're playing a scene in the late 1800s. Don't call him John Wayne. John Wayne hasn't even been born yet. And we are the Wright brothers. Now, have you got that straight?
Of course.
Good.
We just had a nice long talk with a guy who hasn't been born yet.
And we're the Wright brothers.
Tommy and Dickie.
Tommy and Dickie are not the Wright brothers.
That's CBS propaganda.
All right, come on, have it your way. Now let's finish this airplane.
Good, because I already hired a stewardess.
A stewardess? What do we want with a stewardess? We're building a plane to carry cargo.
You should have seen the cargo this stewardess was carrying last
night. You want to give it another try?
Okay,
all right. Now then, get the trim tab.
Ready,
Wilbur?
Ready, Orville?
All right, contact.
Contact.
There we go.
I'm sure there were a lot of folks back in... I'm sure there were a lot of folks back in those days who truly believed that if God had intended man to fly, he would have given him wings!
That was an old refrain back in those days. A lot of people believed that flying machines just wouldn't work. And that was the refrain was, if man were meant to fly, God would have given him wings. Well, we managed to build our own wings because God gave us a brain and the power to use it, and the ability to use it both for good and for evil. Beautiful thing, that free will. And sometimes we used it for very bad things, but when we used our powers for good, when we used the blessings and talents God gave us for good, it was really good. It's why we're able to enjoy things like the modern jet aeroplane and the automobile and the electric telephone, global communications, the internet. Has it all been perfect? No. But I still maintain that so much of it has been a net positive to humanity. And then Red Bull was invented. Yes, it gives you wings. They were bicycle smiths before they were plane builders. Yes, most modern sensibilities, they would think people who build bicycles have got no business building aeroplanes. I think those same people still criminally underestimate what can be accomplished by men in sheds.
I wish we had more time to talk about some of the many wonderful things that have happened since you and I were born. But the old clock on the wall's got to be done. Now I guess I have just enough time to thank the...
Wow. This has been recorded off of someone's phone.
Wonderful Budweiser family for bringing us into your home. And my thanks to all the beautiful people in front and back of the...
If God had intended man to hunt, he would have given him fangs, claws, and another 100 or more pounds of muscle, the kind of mentality, yes. Let me see if we can find out. Here we go. I think this is a better cut here that we can use. One of the biggest innovations of the Wrights was the engine itself, yeah. Without it, it wouldn't have laid the groundwork for something like the jet engine.
John Wayne.
Is this the...
John F. Kennedy was 44 when Lee surrendered to Grant.
Tommy Smothers.
His first mine was reelected. Oh, there's one other thing.
Here we go.
Every
I think this is
man
finale.
and woman or child I've ever known, met, seen, or heard of wants one thing more than anything else in the world. That one thing is tomorrow. Tomorrow, that's the only thing any of us have going for us. And I believe this.
True and real.
If tomorrow, all of us, every single one of us gets out of bed and says, this is my country, and I'm going to do good for it. We'll make the greatest step forward since a pilgrim's foot found Plymouth Rock. Tomorrow, remember, this is my country and I'm going to do good for it. Just might work. We'll never know unless we give it a fair try. Oh yeah, and there's one other thing I'll say tomorrow because I say it every day of my life. God bless.
Ed McMahon. The Distiller. Bing Crosby, Lucille Ball. Rona Martin. Not too bad for a few highlights from an old television special. One that I don't think gets enough airtime even on American television. Like John Wayne, got a good replication of him to read sections of my mortgage deal to me with the App 11 reader. Also Laurence Olivier, Julie Garland, some Michael Caine, some home counties accents I designed by describing what I wanted. That's cool. That's really cool. Welcome in, Karasu. Use the voices to read other stuff too off ChatGPT. God bless America indeed. Yes. Yes, but if you ever get a chance, get the DVD, John Wayne's Tribute to America, or just search Swing Out Sweet Land on YouTube. You'll find it.